Yes, ma'am, we can continue. Thank you.
I hope the PDF is visible. I was discussing about this problem, and we were trying to find out what was the saddle point for a given problem. So here, so we have followed maximin and minimax concept to find out what is the saddle point. So what we have done is, so verify row wise. So in the row, first row, find out which is the minimum. So when compared to 4 and 6, 4 is the minimum. So write it next to this row. Similarly, in the second row, when compared to 3 and 5, the minimum is 3. Okay, write the 3 here. Next, among this minimum of first row and second row, that is 4 and 3, you have to choose which is the maximum element. So among 4 and 3, maximum is 4. Round it off. Okay, so how you got this? By means of maximum. It means among the minimum of rows, the maximum you have determined. Okay, now coming to this values which is written below this column. So now we have to verify which is the maximum element in the first column. So when compared to 4 and 3, the maximum is 4. So write down 4. And then when compared to 6 and 5 in the second column, the maximum is the 6. So write down 6. So 4 and 6 are the, just a minute. So among the maximum of the columns, now you have to choose which is the minimum. So among 4 and 6, the minimum is 4. So round off this 4. Okay. Now you call this as a minimax. When minimax value is the same as that of maximin value. Okay. So the position of that element is 1, comma 1. Now this you call it as a saddle point. Okay. So I'll go to the previous definition. So what is saddle point? A saddle point of a playoff matrix is the position of such an element in the playoff matrix which is minimum in its row and maximum in its column. Okay, so the position of an element which is minimum in its row and maximum in its column. So when both the values are same, okay, when the minimum of row and maximum of column. So if it is same, then the position of such element is called as a saddle point. Now, now by means of the saddle point, now we are finding what is the value of a game. Okay, so in this saddle point, that is in this position, the value what we have, so that will be called as the value of a game. Now we say for this particular game where the player A was having two strategies and player B was having two strategies. Okay, so when they have played a game, the value of game is 4. So it is positive. It means we say that the player A is winning by 4 points. If the playoff matrix consists of points, then we can say the player A is winning by 4 points. It means what? The player B is losing by 4 points. Okay. So player A is winning by 4 points when he's when he is using a single strategy 1. At the same time, the player B is using a single strategy. Okay. So this type of problem comes under pure strategy. It means 100%. Now he is using only this first strategy. The same way the player B is using by 100% only the first strategy. Okay. From that we have determined what is the value of a game. Okay. So as I have already told you, there are two strategies, pure strategy and mixed strategy. So here what is happening? We guess what player A has made. Okay, that what his opponent is going to do. Then if that situation matches with the assumption what is made by player A, then we called that strategy as a pure strategy. It means the player A was knowing exactly. It means the situation was deterministic here. So when the situation is deterministic, we call that strategy as a pure strategy. Okay. It means the player A, now he knows that player B is going to use only one strategy. So both are using only single strategies. Sometimes in a game, they may be using various strategies. Okay. It means the probability of using one strategy will be of some percent and the probability of using the another strategy will be of a few percent. Okay. So when they are using the different strategies, then such type of problem comes under mixed strategy. So which I'll be doing later. Okay. So I hope you have understood how to get the value of a game for this small problem. Okay. The same thing I have written here in the words. Okay. So I'll go through those points also. So in all the problem, first apply the basic principle of minimax and maximin and try to find out the saddle point. Okay, by applying this minimax and maximin principle, what you have to do, you have to try to get the saddle point. So saddle point is the position of an element at which you're getting the same value under minimax and maximin. Okay, so value of that particular saddle point will be the value of your game. So always the saddle point will be the value of a game. Okay, so the at that particular location or a position of the element, whatever value you have, that value itself will be called as a value of a game. So here 4 was the value of a game. It means by 4 points, the player A is winning because we have got positive 4 here. Okay. Sometimes the value of a game will be negative in some problems. Suppose if it is -5, consider it is -5. It means the player A is losing that particular game by 5 points, whereas the player B is winning now when you get a negative.
So, ma'am, in every game theory problem, we have to find out the saddle point, right?
Yeah, but in all the problems, we will not get the saddle point. In such situation, we are using the dominance rule.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Ma'am, so this value of the game, ma'am, it signifies that who is winning and who is losing. That's the only
Yeah,
conclusion we can get, right?
yes. And which
Okay.
strategy he has to use. Okay, and what will
Okay,
be the
ma'am.
probability of that particular strategy when a
Okay, ma'am.
competitors in a business. Okay, so they have to decide which strategy they have to use so that they can win or they can increase their profit in the business.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So here always the saddle point will be the value of a game. Now, so I have written some points here. We'll go through these points quickly. Row designate the course of action or strategy available for player A. So first row was what? It was the first strategy of a player A. Okay. Similarly, the second row was the second strategy of a player A. Now, when we come across the column, so column designates the course of action or strategy available for the player B. So first column designates the first strategy of a player B and second column of a playoff matrix indicates it is the second strategy of a player B. So already I have explained this. Once again, I'm going through this sentences. Verify each row, select a minimum element and write down that minimum element just by the side of that particular row. Okay, so this is called as a minimum of the rows. So you have verified the elements which were in that particular row and the minimum value in that row. You have written it by the side of that play of matrix. The next sentence. Now verify the minimum of row elements and ring off, that is round it off, the maximum element. This ringed element is called as maximum. Is called as a maximum. Why I'm going through this sentences, because sometimes in your internals will be asking to write the procedure. Okay, so that's why I'm going through the sentences what I have written. So we will be asking the procedure to make sure that whether you have understood that particular procedure of a problem. Similarly, verify the elements of all the columns and select the maximum element. Write down this just below the corresponding column. They are set to be maximum of the column. Now verify these elements and ring off a minimum element. So this ringed element is called minimax. Okay, so among the rows, identify minimum element, and among that minimum element, round off the maximum. Okay, similarly, in the column, verify the maximum element. Okay, among the maximum elements of the column, now identify which is the minimum and round it out. So that is called as a minimax. Now, if the ringed elements are same, then the problem has a definite solution and it has a saddle point. Okay, so when you have ringed the elements, okay, of maximum and minimax, if it is giving the same value or the same element value, okay, then you say that that particular problem is going to give you a definite solution, okay, and it has a saddle point. Then the value of a game will be the saddle point. Okay. Now the same procedure is being applied to this matrix. Okay, so I'll not go in detail once again. I'll move fastly. So here, player A is having 3 strategies and player B is playing with 2 strategies. So the size of this play of matrix is what? It has 3 rows and 2 columns. So based on the number of strategies of A and B. And these are the play of matrix, that is elements what we have here. So -3 indicates what now? When player A is using his
Is going
first
to be lost
strategy.
in
Yes, when player A is using his first strategy, at the same time when the player B, when he is competing in the business, when he is using his first strategy, the point is -3. It means when player A uses his first strategy, player A is going to lose how many points? 3 points. At the same time, the player B, when he has used first strategy, he is going to gain by 3 points. Okay, the same way here we have a 3 here. It means when a player A uses first strategy, okay, he is gaining 3 points. It means B is losing 3 points when B is playing with the second strategy. Got it? So whenever we have a negative in a play of matrix, it indicates the loss of player A. And that negative indicates it is the gain of player B. Okay, whenever they use the different strategies. So once again, in this play of matrix, you have to find out what is the value of a game by identifying the saddle point. So how to find out that? So when compared to the first row elements, -3 and 3, the minimum is -3. Okay, and in the second row, -2, 4, the minimum value here is -2, right? -2. When compared to third row elements, 2 and 3, the minimum is 2. Okay, so among this minimums of rows, you have to choose which is maximum. So when compared to -3, -2, 2, the maximum value is 2. So round it off. Okay. Same way for player B, what you have to do? Here column wise. In the column wise, first identify which is the maximum. So when compared to -3, -2, 2, the maximum is 2. Okay, write it 2 here. First write 2. And then the second column element, compare the elements. So you have to choose the maximum now. When compared to 3, 4, 3, 4 is the maximum. Write 4 here. Now among the maximum of the column elements, you have to choose which is minimum. So when compared to 2 and 4, the minimum is 2. Round it off. Now this you call it as a minimax. Okay. Among maximum, you have chosen the minimum. Here, among the minimum, you have chosen the maximum. So it is called as a maximum. So here maximum and minimax value is 2. Both are same. Okay. So it corresponds to which cell now? It corresponds to 3, 1.
3
Okay.
comma
3,
1.
yes, 3, 1. So this will be called as a saddle point. And the value in this position will be the value of a game. Value of a game. It means what now? The player A is going to win that particular competition by 2 points. It means player B is losing now. Okay, so this is the second matrix. The same way, you can go through this problem. Okay, so here in this problem, the maximum and minimax value are different. Okay, so when you find the maximum value and minimax value, maximum you are getting -4, whereas minimax value is -3. It means both are different in such case. So here, since this problem does not possess a saddle point because ringed elements are different, hence such a problem will not have a definite game value. Okay. So here, what is happening? We don't have a saddle point because max min and minimax are not matching, or those values are not same. Okay. So for such a particular problem, there is no saddle point. If there is no saddle point means you are not going to get a definite solution for that particular problem.
Ma'am, so for such problems, we use dominance this thing method, right?
Yes.
Mm.
So now we'll be finding the value of a game by means of a different this one method, as I have, yeah, what you have told. Dominance rule will be using to find out what will be the probability of different strategies will be used by player A and B. So here,
Okay, ma'am.
so this was the next problem. The same way, you can check with this matrix. Okay, so player A will be written here and player B will be written here. Okay, and here for this particular problem, the player A is having 4 strategies, player B is having 5 strategies. Okay, because we have 4 rows and 5 columns. So player A is having 4 strategies, player B is having 5 strategies. Now, when you find out the maximum and minimax, the position of the saddle point is this one. That is 2, 3. The position of the element is 2, 3. That is saddle point is this one. So value of the saddle point is 6. So that itself is a value of a game. That itself is a value of a game.
Ma'am, so in this problem, like if the player is winning by 6 points,
Yeah.
do we use any other method to increase the number of points he can win as such? Do we increase the efficiency of the margin by which he wins here in
No,
such
no,
cases?
no, no, no. We are not doing
Okay, ma'am.
anything like that.
Okay. Ma'am, so we're just finding whether he wins or he loses. That's all, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are just finding what
Okay.
is the value of that particular game.
Okay, ma'am.
So here, we have 2 methods, that is arithmetic method and a algebraic method. So first I'll be going through the steps what we are following in the arithmetic method to find out the value of a game. Okay. So to find out the value of a game for a problems when we don't get a saddle point. Okay. Then we have to follow certain methods. So in the arithmetic method, we will go through the steps. So here arithmetic method provides an easy technique for obtaining the optimum strategies for each player in 2x2 games. Okay, so here we can use this arithmetic method only when we have a play of matrix of size 2x2. Okay, what if the problem has a play of matrix of different size? It has to be reduced now. When we have to solve it by arithmetic method means what we have to do? We have to reduce the size of a matrix. So reduction of size of a matrix will be done by means of dominance principle now. Okay, so here we can use this arithmetic method. Okay, only for 2x2 games. So when we have a 4x4 matrix, then what we are doing? We are reducing this to 2x2 by using dominance method. Okay. So here, arithmetic method provides an easy technique for obtaining the optimum strategies for each player in 2x2 games without saddle point. Okay, as I have told, in some matrix, you will not get a saddle point. In such case, how to find out the value of a game? By means of this arithmetic method. Okay, so this method consists of following steps. So we'll go through those steps. So find the difference of two numbers in column 1. Okay, and put it under column 2. Okay, neglecting negative signs. Next, second point. Find the difference of two numbers in column 2 and put it under column 1, neglecting negative sign. So I'll explain this. Okay. So here we have a play of matrix. Now along with this question, I'll be explaining this procedure. Okay. So before that, we'll finish up this one more point. Repeat the above two steps for the two rows also. The values thus obtained are called oddments. Okay, so for certain play of matrix, we don't get a saddle point. Okay, so in such situation, how to find out the value of a game? By means of arithmetic method. And this arithmetic method can be applied only for 2x2 matrix. Suppose if we have a different sized matrix, then we have to reduce that into 2x2, and then only we can apply this arithmetic method to find out the value of a game. Now, we have a problem here. So here, two players, player A and B, without showing each other, put on a table a coin. Now we have a two players A and B. What they are doing? They are throwing the coin, okay, and they are checking whether they are getting head or tail. Okay, so with head or tail up. So here A wins ₹8 when both the coins show head. Okay, when both the players, when they are throwing the coin, if both the players are getting head, okay, then what is happening? A is going to have ₹8. He is going to win by ₹8. And ₹1 when both are tails. Suppose if a player A, when he throws the coin, if he is getting tail, and if a player B is getting head, then what is happening? Once again, sorry, when both are tails, that is when player A and B are throwing the coin, and if they get, both of them get a tail, then once again the player A itself is winning by ₹1. Okay, so B wins ₹3 when the coins do not match. So what is happening here? There are two players who are throwing the coin. If both are head or both are tail, then the player A is winning. If those doesn't matches, if one is getting head and another getting tail, then what is happening? In such case, the player B is winning. Okay, so when both are head, the player A is winning by ₹8, and when both are tail, the player A is winning by ₹1. When those are not matching, then player B is winning by how much? Rupees 3. Okay. So given the choice of being matching player A or non-matching player B, which one would you choose and what would be your strategy? So here we have a playoff matrix which is written based on the question what is given here. So here player A has two strategies now. That is, one is head, another one is tail. Similarly, the player B is having two strategies, head and tail, when they are throwing the coin. When both are head, okay. So when both are getting head, then the player A is gaining 8 points. Okay. When these are not matching, that is when player A is getting head and when the player B is getting tail. Okay. What is happening? Those are not matching. It means here we have -3. It means now the player B is winning. Okay. And player A is losing. In the same way, when player A is getting tail and player B is getting head, it is mismatch. So player B is winning by 3 points. So A is going to lose by 3 points. And here when both are getting tail, the player A is getting rupees 1. He is getting rupees 1, whereas player B is losing 1. So here, when you try to find out the saddle point for this matrix, okay, we'll check whether we'll get a saddle point or not. So here, when compared to 8 and -3, the minimum is -3. When compared to -3 and 1, minimum is -3. Okay. So here we are not getting any maximum value. Same we'll check with this one. 8 -3. So maximum is 8 and here maximum is 1. Okay. So here we may get the minimum as 1. Okay. And here it is difficult to get the maximum because both are same. It means we are not getting the saddle point here in this problem. Okay. But even though how we can find the this one value of a gain, we'll check that. So it is by means of arithmetic method. Since no saddle point is found, the optimal strategies will be mixed strategies. So now we call such type of problem as a mixed strategy problem. Okay. Now here the procedure. Taking the difference of two numbers in column 1, we find 8 minus of -3, 11. Put it under column 2. So here what I have done. So this is the playoff matrix. I hope this is visible. Okay. Now taking the difference of two numbers in column 1. So in the column 1, which are the two numbers we have? It is 8 and -3. So take the difference of this 8 and -3. 8 minus of -3, which is written here. 8 minus of -3 is how much? 11. So write this 11 here. That is below second column. Okay. The same way for this column element, consider the difference of this one. So when you are taking the difference, so it is 1 minus of -3. 1 minus of -3 is how much? 4. So write that difference. So write this difference next to this column. Okay. The same way now consider the difference of rows elements. The elements which are in the row. Now difference of 8 and -3, that is 8 minus of -3 is 11. Write that value next to second row. Similarly, difference of this -3 and 1, that is 1 minus of -3 is 4. Write this difference next to first row. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are following the procedure of an arithmetic method now. Okay, now, so we got 411 here, similarly 411. Now, consider 4 divided by 15. Now I am writing 15. The sum of this 4 plus 11 is 15. So this is 4 by 15. Similar way, 11 divided by sum of 4 plus 11 is 11 by 15. So now these are called as the oddments. Okay. And here 4 divided by 4 plus 11 is 4 by 15. Similarly, we have 11 here. 11 divided by 4 plus 11 is 11 by 15. Okay. So what are this? So these are nothing but we can say the strategies. Okay. So this is nothing but I will just move to the next. And then so using B's oddments, that is B plays H. So when B plays this H and he gets H, the value of gain is calculated by this one. So here by means of B's oddments, we can find out the value of a gain. So how it is being determined is, so consider, so here 4 into 8, it means you are multiplying this value, that is 8 into 4. Okay, multiply this value with this. Similarly, this value with this value to find out the value of a gain. Now, 8 into 4 plus, so you can take this one. Okay, so minus 3 into 11. So here, first consider this value. Okay, and multiply this with the respective elements what we have here. So 8 into 4 plus minus 3 into 11 divided by 4 into, sorry, 4 plus 11. So when you simplify this, you are going to get the value of a gain as minus 1 by 15. Okay, so the value of gain is determined by means of B's oddments. So you'll be getting the same value of a gain if you consider the second oddments, that is when B plays D. So once again, so here we can multiply this with this value. So initially in the first step, these values are multiplied by this one. Okay, 8 into 4 minus 3 into 11 divided by 11 plus 4. The same way, when you multiply this values with this, okay, you are getting the same value of a gain. That is minus 3 into 4 plus 1 into 11 divided by, so this is 11 plus 4. You are getting the value of gain as minus 1 by 15. Okay, so this is when you are using these oddments. The same way, you'll be getting the same value of a gain when you use A's oddments. So how is that? Multiply this elements with this oddments. Okay, 8 into 4 plus minus 3 into 11 divided by 4 plus 11. And then multiply this elements with this oddments to find out the value of a gain. So when you use the oddments of A or B, you have to get the same value of a gain. Okay. So whether we have used B's oddments or A's oddments. Okay. So we are getting the same value of a gain. It means the value of this gain is what? It is minus 1 by 50. Minus 1 by 50. It means what are the strategies now? We say that the optimal strategy for player A is 4 by 15 and 11 by 15. So based on what we are saying that the optimum strategy of A is 4 by 15 and 11 by 15, we got the that is probability of using first strategy by player A is how much? 4 by 15. Okay, so these are nothing but probability of using that particular strategy, and these are called as oddments. So these are oddments. Similarly, these are oddments, and these are the probabilities of using that particular strategy. Now here, 4 by 15 is the probability of using first strategy by player A. Similarly, 11 by 15 is the probability of using second strategy by player A. Okay. So another few seconds is left. I'll be sending one more link. Okay. And we'll continue other problems.
Okay, ma'am.